Keliikuli, intuitive soul. I'm a coach here, and so today I wanted to share with you about, really what purpose really is all about. So if you're just jumping on in, just say hello, just so I know that you're listening in. And I wanted to share some new awareness, new perspective that I think a lot of people are not really truly aware of what purpose really is. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I am an intuitive soul. I'm a coach. So I basically help my clients and my audience to really learn how to live their life on purpose, and also to clear any of those soul level blocks that may be restricting them from really stepping into their soul line leadership and really to start monetizing their divine gifts. So in this video, I want to share with you about why actually chasing money and success will actually make you more disempowered and end up in this kind of chaos and feeling exhausted and misaligned by others, and like how to really like show up in alignment to your soul instead. And I'm going to explain to you actually the real truth about what doing your purpose is actually all about. So, hi, Kaplan. I think I said your name right. If you really have been feeling that, seeing a lot of like entrepreneurs and people that are really well known in their industry, we can be kind of a little bit jaded by certain, or also like just certain marketing tactics. And I wanted to address this issue because I feel like a lot of people are not really aware of how impactful like even industry leaders are to people, and without anybody really truly understanding what purpose is about, what happens is that we end up misaligning each other. And I'm seeing this over and over and over again, and I also have experienced this. So I know what it feels like when you are in alignment and then suddenly you have been showing up and then you're like doing really well, and then suddenly something misalign you, and being so driven in what you want to achieve or your dreams and stuff like that. If you're not really aware of the how to do this, soul aligned, it's going to cause a lot of major issues long term. So I want to actually tell you guys a little story, a little background about this as to why this is one of my biggest passions, is to educate people of the difference of what really purpose is really all about. Because like I said, if you don't know me very well, I used to be a psychic monk for 10 years. So I have been doing my purpose my entire life. And so there's different levels of success and there's different levels of what purpose really is about. And I don't think everybody's educated about it enough to actually know the difference of when they are in alignment or when they are in misalignment. So like I said, when I was a psychic monk, I was really actually aligning to my other gift of creation, which is giving them experiences, teaching them through yoga, even businesses, and helping them in their businesses. And it was like all about like business related things, right? And creating products and services. And so I really made a lot of money, and I was very well known in everything that I did in this way. But I didn't really understand the true nature of what my soul really was about. And I, for a long time, have been doing it going against my soul's natural nature. And then when I started to really go deep into my work now that I do now, which is about really teaching people how the spiritual connectedness, right, into this kind of soul alignment, I didn't realize how powerful it is to actually be doing it in alignment to your soul rather than in alignment to your gifts or your tools or things that you think that you need to be in order to be successful, right? So first of all, money and success is just an outcome of the expression of the transformation that people are getting from you. And so a lot of times we kind of like look at the outcome as that's my purpose, right? I need to be known. I need to be, famous for what I do. I need to be an expert. I need to, strive to make $1 million or multi-million dollars, and all of this like driven thing that's supposed to be the outcome. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing your purpose, because you can still receive all that outward type of effects, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that's alignment. What I have found that alignment really is about, it's about like how you feel inside and outside. How's your inside reality and your outside reality? And usually we think, oh, if I just go for, teaching something or having, like what I did, right? I taught yoga, and I teach people so many different things, and also, doing my purpose, which had a lot to do with going towards like this alignment part, but I didn't know the difference. And so the difference actually has a lot to do with your relationship with your own connected self to source. And what people are doing is actually just looking at the external effects as if that is what makes how do I say it? Like it's like they think that that's alignment, but that is not alignment at all. It is just the outcome or the transformation of after you are doing your purpose and going forward in one direction towards your soul's ability to self-express, right, and deliver your gifts. It's just the outcome. It has nothing to do with alignment to what your purpose or your soul is about. So you gotta like disconnect from that, because usually this is why we go after getting help from so-called experts or people, because we think that money or success equals that alignment, but it's really not that at all. Alignment inside and outside needs to be completely peaceful and clear and in your own energetic signature. So like my energetic signature is very much of love. And when I was doing yoga and teaching all these metaphysical storefronts and stuff like that, I was really aligned to this energy of creation, which was good, but then that's only one part of what my gift does. My main gift is love, and this loving energy, it makes it so much more faster and more abundant to my clients and my people, because it's a totally different vibration. So you really need to look at what your main gift is about. What is the energy that your soul is? Is it compassion? Is it love? Is it truth? Is it wisdom or order or self-expression? Like, what is your main energy? That main energy is what you actually want to spend like most of your action towards aligning to. Because when you align to that unique energy, that's when you make 10 times more money, success, and everything else, and it feels in flow. But if you're not experiencing this flow, then you can actually have flow, meaning like people paying you good money, you're becoming a leader in your industry, right? Like that is just the after effects. But if inside you don't feel completely peaceful in that energetic signature, right, your own energy, that everything around you and inside of you is that energy, then you're not really in alignment to your purpose and your soul. So for example, when I was aligning to this creation, I was constantly moving and teaching. I taught like 4 to 5 classes a day, I even on top of workshops and retreats, and I had 1,000-member people in my centers and in the region. And so like I was always busy. And I always had something like exciting to do. So that kind of adrenaline that I was thinking that I was serving and doing my purpose, I thought that was alignment. But then when I looked at the inside of myself, how I was feeling, I still felt a bit like insecure with myself. I had a lot of mindset issues that I never really had the time to address because I was always helping other people, but I never had time for myself. I never really had time to love myself or to even be calm inside. And I had like a million miles per hour thoughts in my mind. Let's see, what else? Like just in this chaos, this energetic chaos inside myself, but outside looked really good. Everybody all thought I was happy. Everybody thought like everything was all good, but it really wasn't, because it wasn't inside, going from inside out in the most natural and most abundant way, right? So you have to remember that that inside feeling needs to match up with the outside world too. You can say the same as also like your outside world can be chaotic, but your inside world feels really nice, right? Like maybe you do a lot of meditation by yourself and you feel like kind of spiritually abundant, and you know you don't need a lot of money or a lot of extra things, right? That also isn't alignment either. It has to be both. Your inner and your outer world has to feel really, really in this flow, that people, places, and things manifest whenever you want to, and that everything outside of you is like how people think of you and how you think of yourself is completely in oneness, in this peaceful state. So a lot of times how I know when, you know, my clients and people are in alignment is I ask them just basically what kind of lifestyle do they live? What kind of like relationships do they have? What kind of, you know, how's their finances? Like how are all of your life areas? How is all of your 10 different life areas, your business, you know, your career, your, what else is there? Your finances, your family and friends, you know, your spiritual development, your personal development, right? Like, are all of these life areas, are they all up-leveled? Are they all abundant? And most of the time when people, you know, tell me, like, they tell me the truth, like, all of them is a mess. So that's how you know actually you're not in alignment. And so we actually, as we evolve, as our soul evolves, we actually need to up-level each part of those 10 life areas, because you can be really good in your relationships, right? But you really have a terrible career and you don't know who you are, what your purpose is, or how to serve other people, right? Or you can be really, really driven and have a lot of money and success and people know who you are and all of that, right? But then your relationships really suck, and that you don't have the ability to actually feel that love and connection that you've been wanting and you've been desiring, right? Right? You don't have the relationships, even the intimacy you want with a partner. So all of those are all signs actually we're in misalignment. So when you think about it, the whole world is misaligned. I was really thinking about it this deeply, like, how does that feel like to really be completely in alignment? Like, all of your life areas needs to be abundant, and we're so not aware of this. We think it's normal to have bad relationships, to have bad finances, to have bad ability to love yourself and, you know, feel like you are enough and that you're not insecure, that you're valued, and like we all think it's normal. So when I look back at like all the things that I've done before and into like what I'm trying to do now, I'm really trying to progressively make all of my life areas abundant. We cannot not up-level ourselves in this way. And so what I'm seeing a lot of people do is they think that just because I made more money or have a car or on the outside I look really nice and good and look perfect to, you know, in that world of having it all, that doesn't mean that you're in alignment. Do you see? Do you see how deep it is, soul alignment is? And being this spiritual connectedness, it's so much more deeper than just all of that outside circumstances, and the inside too. Your inside and your outside needs to be completely abundant. So what is that? That's self-mastery. Why we came here on earth really is to master ourselves, to have this ability to go and make choices that allows us to help others, that allows us to be, feel safe and to have a house under our, a roof over our head, and like all the really beautiful things that life should give us. But we spend most of our time just looking at the TV, digesting somebody else's information that really is in alignment to is not in alignment to you at all, or having gift envy, looking at somebody else's stuff and thinking like, oh, that's my gift, maybe I should do more of that, then I'm going to get more money and fame and whatever, that I desire. And that's not true. So think about where in your life where you're not showing up completely, where you can actually up-level all these parts of yourself. And so that's why I'm saying, like, chasing after money or the success or this extra stuff outside of you, and also this chasing this inward journey of trying to find this problem or this missing piece that I have problems with, right? Like, that I don't know what it is for, like I don't know how to fill my soul and all of these things, right? We cannot live in the clouds, and we cannot live just only at the physical. We actually have to live in harmony with both our spirituality and our business and the grounded aspects of our reality. And so how much time are you spending to develop these parts of yourself? Like, are you every day really, really thinking deeply about what you want, who you are at soul level, what you need to do in order to change all of these 10 life areas? Like, are you taking action towards it? Are you just sitting in the back seat and waiting for somebody to fix it for you? Like, where are you not being sovereign? Where are you not stepping up to who you know you're meant to be? And when you take that time every day, you're going to see what is in alignment for you and then what's not. That's why people say meditate, but really why you are meditating is more about really looking at how I can master my soul. How can I master myself in a way where it's where it moves people, where it motivates people. What motivates me to get on my show here is more about like just awakening people, awareness. Are you aware of everything that you do in your life? Because most of the time we kind of just like either like enable people, right? Or we have a conception, we have this programming that we think that we are, when actually we're not. What is it that you are not really allowing yourself to completely like bring out this purpose that's more for your soul's evolution? That's key. I ask my soul that every single day. And this is why I move so progressively in my life very fast, because I'm always self-reflecting and I'm always thinking about how I can better serve other people at the same time. So I'm always expanding, but I'm also going deeper. So are you going deep enough? Are you really looking at what your soul truly is meant to do? Because in the end, if you're not really taking that time, that's why you're going to end up in this chaos, feeling exhausted and misaligned by other people or disempowered by other people. And you're actually enabling people to disempower you in such a way. So the secret actually to this self-mastery is I found that you really need to really learn how to align to your main gift. We have three kinds of gifts: our first, our second, our third gifts. And when you're aligned to the main one, everything will line up to bring in that flow much more easily than the other two, the second or the third gift. So what I want you to do is, number one, stop and really take a look, right? Like, take a look at how you're actually feeling. How's your inside and your outside world, right? Because if you are in this chaos inside and outside, it's a sure sign that there's something that you are misaligning yourself that could actually end up like in the end, this is actually the end product. In the end, money stops flowing to you, abundance stops flowing to you, people, places, and things stops flowing to you, everything becomes stagnant. And even to the point where people start to say negative things about you. And that's actually how you know that you're really, really, really stuck. I mean, that's all the way the extreme, right? Or even people defaming you for some odd reason, right? Talking very negatively about you, or vice versa. So, because you have to look at why you are feeling this way. Why are you reacting in a negative way to other people, or having jealousy, or anger, or sadness, or vice versa? What is actually coming back at you? Because that energy will tell you whether you're in alignment or misalignment. Because we're actually supposed to be abundant and very light. But if we don't feel like that energetically inside and outside, like our outside world shows that connectedness, that love, that support, that beingness, right? Then something is wrong. Something is misaligned, right? So that's the first step, is stop and look at it. Look at how your inside and outside world is. Because that's going to give you a signal on which part to work on. Then second is be really real with yourself. This is the hard part, is getting really authentically real with yourself. Because most of the time we kind of brush it away and think like, oh, that's just their problem. It's not my problem at all. But actually, everything that comes to you is in relationship to the way you perceive yourself and the way that you expect others to do things, or illusions and beliefs that you think needs to happen. That's not real truth. So where are you lying to yourself? Where are you not in integrity with yourself? Where are you not being more self-loving? Where are you disempowering yourself? Because when you ask and be super real with yourself, this is actually when you process and you change. This is how you can change very quickly, because later on, when you get really good at this, like instead of this lasting for weeks or months, right, where you feel kind of in this loss and overwhelmed and crazy chaos, instead of that happening for a long period of time, you can do all of that in one day. Everything's done. It's clear. You processed it. So this is what self-mastery is about. If you can do that in an hour, wow, you're amazing. Or if you do that in a whole day, wow, that's really amazing, right? So this is actually what you need to be driven by, is to think about, how can I master this? How can I deal with that other person that did something really bad to me negatively and impacted my family, my friends, everything? Like, how are you going to deal with that? Because dealing with that and being honest with your inner and your outer world is how you're going to get out of that disempowering or whatever situation that it is. So be really real with yourself and really come back, right, into whatever your main gift is. And come from that perspective, because you're going to notice that it's much easier to express yourself. A lot of the times we ask other people for their opinion or to write something for you, to express it, but is it really in your perspective? Usually it's not, because they are only seeing their gift in their perspective. So when you are disempowered some way, or you feel misaligned, you feel this exhausted feeling, right? That is like just in this chaos. And I mean, chaos can be simple things too, like why the washer doesn't work, why my car broke down, why I got into a car accident. This is misaligning outcomes that is showing you that there's something wrong, including your health. Why did you lose your health? Because it has something so much more deeper that you're not looking at yourself and you're not being honest. So be super honest, because that's where you're going to figure out, what is it that I actually need to make changes. Then the key is go towards your main gift. So when I feel really misaligned, I always go back into this reflection, right? I stop, I look, I be super honest with myself. Why the heck did that show up? And what is that relationship or thing is reflecting me? And what is it that I need to do to take action towards it? And what is that action usually? Since my energy is love, it's always going to come from this space of love. If I align to my creation, or align to my order, or align to my truth, or align to my wisdom, like the words of that will never be communicated right. It will always be the other person is just going to get more mad at you, basically, right? So knowing that main gift is so important. Then once you make that decision to make, choices towards that, then the next step is really let go of this sort of outcome of what it is need to be, especially in your up leveling, right? So when you're like up leveling your fame, or what I mean fame is like being known for who you are, right? But if that is all happening and still misalignment is happening, that means that again that there's something that you are attached to. Whatever you are attached to, this outcome, this is what's keeping you stuck. So like, let's say maybe the outcome that you need to keep paying down this bill, or this credit card debt, or this, I don't know, what could be outside circumstances. Could be the house, the car, keeping your car, or like when you really don't have the money to pay this thing off, really, right? Or a certain relationship, like how your relationship should look like on Facebook, like how people are supposed to think of you, your personal life, right? Or it could be how you are thought of as a mother or as a father, right? That outcome, that illusion of belief is usually what's keeping you stuck, because you think that's how it's supposed to be. So over and over again, right, when you're going into this process and you're thinking about this much more deeper, what is the outcome? What is that belief, that transformation that you're holding that's not allowing you to go forward? That again, you need to be super honest, because when you see that, you cannot go backwards. Like you have to go for it. You have to come to this space of being really real and going towards what your real goal is. So if the real goal is to have, a life that's more connected and free and powerful, more love, more magic, more whatever your dream life is the decisions you're making right now like really in congruence towards, that outcome? And if that outcome, again, right, is you're holding on to outcome of maybe what a person is supposed to give you, it will never work. You'll always feel disempowered, and you'll always feel tired and misaligned by that person. So this is where the communication has to be clear. You have to get super real and clear with yourself. What is your boundaries? What is it that you desire? Who you are? That's soul alignment. That's why I keep saying about getting back into your soul. Because the real truth will come out. And you'll be able to speak from that voice. And when you speak from that voice, things will start to unfold better. And you'll be able to address it with clarity. With much more clarity than you maybe attacking somebody. Right? That never ever works. What will work is if you come into the space of your main gift. So what is that energy? What is that energetic signature that you need to change? And then when you are aligning to that, you take action towards that, things will really, really start to come into fruition. I mean, the things that you desire will actually start to move forward, and you actually will see it come towards you. You're going to be attracting it. You're going to be up-leveling those life areas. So that's really what purpose is about. Your purpose is self-mastery. It's not about going chasing money or getting the house or looking really good as a mother or looking really good as, expert in your field. It's a part of the journey. It's the after effect of your self-mastery. So if you're not doing self-mastery, right, then you could end up in all of this chaos and misaligning situations because you're not aligning to your true nature, your true gift, your main gift. So, and by the way, it's hard to know if you don't really know what's your main gift, because we actually have a first, second, and third gift. And most of the time, we are doing our second and third gift and not our main gift because we think it's too easy and it's just so natural. So why do we need to self-mastery this part? But I can tell you, it's the secret to success and flow and at ease, because it's going to allow way more abundance than what you're doing with your second or your third gifts. I'm talking like 10 times more. 10 times more abundance. So, like for example, it would be the difference from you getting 10 clients, right? If you were doing it and working really hard to get those 10 clients and you're aligning to your second or your third gift, you're going to just get 10 people. But if it's really your most natural gift and the most abundant gift and aligning to that part, that energy, you're going to get 100 people, like within days. When 10 people took you like a month. That's the difference of really actually aligning to your real energy of your soul, and that's your purpose of mastery. Is being able to bring that abundance to you with ease and flow. But realize that doesn't necessarily need to be hard. There's a working hard, this trying to chase money, and success, and doing is not really what's normal. It shouldn't be actually your normal. Your normal should be more about how can I get more deeper into my soul so that I can reflect that energy, I can embody that energy. So then people are going to be attracted to that energy, and then I'm going to be able to serve those people with that energy, right? And then that's how you impact millions of people. Not the other way around, working really, really hard, looking really good on the outside, right? That's just going to make everything inside much more harder. And why you're going to feel really not good inside and unhappy. So I've lived that life. I could say I should retire by now, because what I did in 10 years was like 20 or 30 years of success. And I feel like if people show up way more differently in how they want to be that soul expression, that is going to change your trajectory. You can work your butt off, right, in a short period of time and die early if you want, right? Be legendary that way. Or you can live a long life that's full of abundance, that's full of flow, that's full of loving connections, that's full of this loving energy. What do you want? Ask yourself, what kind of life do you actually truly want? And I also did that yesterday. This is why I'm talking about this. Because I was thinking about, what is it that I really want? I want my life to be super flowing, simple, living off a piece of land that feels good, that's the energy of my soul and my family's souls, and we're growing abundantly with my community, with everybody here in the island, and that embodiment inspires other people to do the same thing of what they desire. To me, embodiment and beingness is much more important than any other outside circumstances, because it's not going to really fulfill the truth of your soul. So if that's really what my life wants to be like, right, then what would I be doing every day? How would I be acting every day? And because if you don't have that energy right now, then how would you act every day that you can embody that even further and further? Do you see how this works? This beingness is so different than going after the success or the energy or this purpose of saving people, of You know, what do they call it? You know, why people are protesting and doing all these things. There's a reason for it. But you have to always remember that when you change inside internally, all of this energy that you embody will enlighten and help other people like even faster than you spending hours of working hard. So this working hard has to really, you have to reprogram in your mind, reprogram in your whole energy, because it's going to cause a lot of negative effects, okay, with everything else in your life. This goes for your relationships, you know, personal life, and your career, and all of that, right? That's the outside reflection. What is it that the inside reflection needs to become so that your outward world will look like that? Okay? So I hope that enlightened you, because I got super enlightened by this, talking to myself and then going through this process of really reprogramming this idea of what purpose really should look like and be like. It's truly just wrong in your mind. It's just wrong. So when you go back into your main gift, then you're going to see all the people, places, and things, and the connections, and what it is that it needs to unfold into. Because like I said again, even if you've got a lot of money coming in, I mean like 50K months or 100K months, that doesn't, again, mean you're in alignment. Alignment truly means inside and outside is the same, and it's peaceful, it's joyful, it's loving, it's connected, it's spiritual, it's grounded, like all together. Every part of your essence needs to feel this, and I call this connection to source, because you're just being this connection. You're embodying the connection so that other people can be inspired to be that connection too. When you're in your gift, you inspire other people to be in their gift. Then that's going to unfold in a much more organic way that really feels right for your own soul's evolution and your own soul's expression, right? This is what we got to unlearn. So think about what you need to unlearn. What is the programming that you thought you needed to be? Because it's going to cause a lot of trouble in everything else in your life. So this is why I created my program to help people to master their soul's gifts. And so this will be coming up soon. You guys can, of course, follow me and get to know more about how you can do this for yourself. But what I want to teach people is how to up-level each part of their life area so that it's just like really in 1 year. I can tell you, if you do this every day and you are in this alignment month by month and you're up-leveling each one of your life area slowly, you will be a totally different person in 1 year. And I mean, like, your inside and your outside will be in alignment. So that comes from action towards your main gift. So if you're taking action towards your main gift, you're going to always end up with this flow, because you're going to have to reteach yourself to learn how to be in this flow. And that's kind of what my programs are all about. It's like teaching you how to learn how to be in this flow, how to master yourself, how to be this embodiment of source, how to like let your spirituality and your business come into fruition, right? Where it's abundant, where you monetize your gifts, because it's truly what you're supposed to experience. And I believe that this is the ultimate outcome, is that you are being source, and you are an ambassador of like sharing that knowledge and teaching and bringing out your full level of expression, because we're not meant to just take in content and just spill it out again. We're meant to come inside, bring in and out this expression of what our soul wants to express, right? Especially if you're reinventive, taking in what you know, but really making it your originality, really making it like some new truth that's your embodiment, that you embody yourself. So my next program is coming up. This is my 30-day program of activating your highest psychic gifts, because this is where you need to, once you get into your heart creation, I teach you how to get into your heart, then you need to activate and expand in being of a higher level of service, and it's all going to come all together when you bring all of your gifts together. So if you're interested in knowing more about this, you can go and look at my website at LeimomiKeliikuli.com, www, right? And on there, it has all my program and services, and specifically, I'm starting this 30-day program coming up very soon. And that's where you're going to really, really start to learn how to expand yourself and actually know what is your real higher psychic gifts. And I don't mean like you need to be a psychic or anything like that. I mean like use your higher abilities in your everyday life. And specifically, you can really utilize this in your business, and this is actually how you monetize your gifts much more faster. And if you want to know what your main gift is, you can take my quiz, which is Divine Business Gifts Quiz. It's also there on my website, and that's going to tell you what your niche is, who you are, and what you're meant to serve people with, and that's going to give you an idea, just a little bit of an idea of your main gifts. When I go in your Akashic records, I can tell you exactly what's your first, your second, and your third gifts, and give you like your soul's blueprints, and tell you in a lot of detail what your soul is designed to do and how you manifest and all of that. So if you're interested in that, just reach out to me. You can also, like I said, go to my website, and please also join my Facebook group, which is Soul Alignment Leaders for Conscious Living. And that's where you can also get some support from other people who really believes in this kind of conscious living a life of, that's your purpose, but really that's your embodiment of soul alignment, that you're really in this soul alignment, you're spiritually connected, you're grounded, you're monetizing your gifts, and you're really stepping into your full potential. All right, so I hope that it enlightened you. If you have any other questions, again, I'm here, I'm an open book, and especially when you feel really misaligned, I'm the perfect person to ask, because you can talk to me and I can pinpoint exactly where the misalignment is. And especially if I go in your Akashic records, I can go and look at all the different things of your business in your life and where you're misaligned in your personal and your business, and very quickly help you get back into alignment to your soul. All right, well, you guys have a beautiful day. Aloha.